Hello fellow collectors and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at Deluxe class Decepticon Runabout from Transformers Earthrise War for Cybertron trilogy. So recently we took a look at this guy's counterpart Runamuck because he was part of Wave 3. This guy is a Target exclusive. It's not really part of a specific wave, just kind of exists outside of that just as a Target exclusive. Same with Thrust, also a Target exclusive. Usually they kind of give some kind of red color scheme to Target to be exclusives. He's mostly black, but he's got a little bit of red, so it counts, right? Love the artwork here on the side. Looks pretty cool. Otherwise, packaging pretty standard. You have that Earthrise pick on the side like we always do. Not really anything going on the top or the bottom. And on the back, very similar to Runamuck's packaging, robot mode, vehicle mode. Not a whole lot going on back here, but gets the job done. So pretty much it for the packaging. I'm going to go ahead, get him out of the box, and we'll take a closer look. Here is Runabout out of the packaging. I think he looks really cool. I really like the black and red color scheme. I think that looks really sharp. Really nice Decepticon symbol there on the chest. The head sculpt is simple, but it's effective. He's got those menacing red eyes, nice silver paint for the face. He's got the mouth plate, which I think looks pretty good. Now you can see he does come with two guns. They have this kind of matte finish to them. I believe they're molded in black and then painted red over top. But it looks pretty sharp. The backs have these holes, so you can peg them into each other if you want. And this is how it came packaged, with one pegged into the other one. But I'll be honest, I think that kind of looks goofy. It's very apparent that one is kind of hanging off the barrel of the other. It just doesn't really look that great in my opinion. So I will definitely be having him dual wield two separate guns, because I just think that looks much better. I just think it's interesting. Runamuck definitely only came with one. But they decided to give Runabout two. I'm not complaining. Just think it's weird. Maybe the original toy came with two? I'd have to go back and research that. I'm not 100% sure. If you know that, let me know in the comments below. Now, if you're familiar with the Runamuck toy, if you've seen the video I did for that, the articulation is going to be very similar. So you have plenty of side-to-side head movement here. It's a little stiff. Now, I think he's supposed to have up and down too, but because of this, like, plate that it's on, if you can see what I mean here, it's a little bit difficult to actually get him to invoke that head movement. I think he mostly just has side to side. But you can see you have a hinge here in the shoulder, you have a swivel, you have a bicep swivel, 90 degrees in the elbow. I believe you have wrist articulation. Now it folds into the forearm, so we don't. No wrist articulation there. You have waist movement there like that. Hip you can kick out to the side. This kind of stops about there, so you can't really kick back all that far, but he can kick very far forward. You have a thigh swivel right there. The knees are a little weird. These are meant to kind of peg in here, and that's how you transform that. But he does have a real knee, but it's very simple to accidentally unpeg that piece when you're trying to move the knee, so be a little careful with that. I mean, it's not a big deal. It pegs right back in, but he does have a proper knee. And then, of course, you have ankle tilt. You have a little bit of front to back. That's mostly for the transformation, but you do have it technically, so you can utilize it if you wish. But yeah, overall, I really like it. I think, like I said, that black and red really pops. Very, very cool. So let's go ahead. Let's get into... Well, before we do the full transformation, I want to show off again the kind of goofy original G1 transformation. So what you can do if you kind of want to put this in a transformation similar to the original toy, you can bring this down and then bring this up like this for both, and then straighten this all out and peg these together. And you'll notice that the heel has this kind of solid black plastic wheel, and that's to mimic the original toy, because basically how the original toy worked was you kind of laid it flat and then you pulled it back and then it would transform as it went, and then the wheels that were in the back of the car were on a bar that just swung all the way down as it transformed. It was kind of what made it stand up. So as that came down, it popped the figure up. And so these are molded here to kind of be reminiscent of that. Now obviously they don't have that same functionality, but I just think that's such a cool little throwback to have those heels molded like that. But you can go ahead, transform that like this. I'm going to go ahead and take the guns out of his hands. And then the last video for Runamuck, I just left it like this, but I was thinking about it more. I could turn the hands in and kind of turn them like this. And this is kind of even more reminiscent of the original toy because they just had panels that flipped up 90 degrees to be the arms. So kind of like what you have going on here. And then they had little hooks on the top of the shoulders to peg the guns in. So that's how they did the guns back in the day. So this is kind of reminiscent of what the original toy looked like back in the 80s. So you can see how far we've come, because having a car that literally, you know, this piece was turned around and like this, so that would just fold back, then this thing would kind of stand itself up and that would be it. And that was your robot mode. So like I said, you can definitely see we've come a long way as far as articulation in the past almost 40 years. Wow, 40 years? Whew, I feel old. Anyway, let's not dwell on that because it's depressing. So we'll go ahead, transform him back, and then we'll go ahead and get into the actual proper transformation here. Alright, so actual transformation, actually pretty similar to how I was transforming him just a moment ago. You can go ahead, fold those hands back into the forearms like so. You're going to actually spin him around 180 degrees. You're going to transform the legs almost exactly as I showed earlier. Make sure that those are pegged in nice and tight. Get the arms out of the way there. Make sure that's all there. Peg that in, and then once that's like that, you can go ahead and drop those in, and that will basically secure the entire front of the car there, as you can see. This will kind of lift up, and you need to unattach this. Isn't this? Yeah. You lift this out. Oh, did I do this? Maybe I don't have to turn this yet. No, you have to pull that down so you can fold the head in. You're going to kind of unhook. Oh, I see. I'm pulling the wrong part away from the body. That's probably a bad thing. So there you go. I'm trying to pull this part away. This joint here is where you pull away from the body. Don't break this off like I almost did. Just kind of leave that out like that. That way you can unhook the arms. Bring this down. Fold the head in. Close that back up. You're going to turn the arms 90 degrees. They're going to kind of come up. And then this whole thing is going to come down. I actually have to rotate that back. Now this is going to come in here and kind of peg in like so. So do this with the second arm like that. Now you're pretty much almost all the way there. You're going to come up here, flip out these wheels. There it is. This is going to kind of peg down and drop on like this. And then this is going to come back here. You just kind of shore all that up by pushing it all down. There we go. That wasn't pegging in. And there you go. You have Runabout in vehicle mode. Again, I think it looks really sharp. I like the red stripe all down the side. You can go ahead and peg the guns in here. I guess if you really wanted to get both of them, you would have to do it like this, which I still think looks kind of ridiculous, but you have a nice Decepticon symbol there on the roof of the car. Kind of reminds me of like a Knight Rider, I'll be honest. Looks pretty cool. This is not pegged in correctly. There we go. There we go. So yeah, I think it looks great. Really, really sharp. Love the color scheme. The hubcaps for the wheels being white, I think also adds a little pop of color. Rolls very well. But yeah, overall, just really, really like the look of this. And of course, the video wouldn't be complete without having Runamuck and Runabout here together. I think these guys look great together. It's a really fun toy. It's a really great mold. Transformation's good. Vehicle mode looks great for both. Color schemes are fun. Paint applications are nice. Articulation's good. I really don't have anything to complain about. I'm actually just really excited that these characters finally got new dedicated molds for them. I think the last time they even got a redo was years ago in the Transformers Collectors Club, and they were definitely just repaints of other toys, so they were okay, passable, but these guys definitely were in need of an upgrade. They don't really get attention very often, and I think they're fun little characters, so I was very excited when they announced that they were finally giving them a new dedicated mold. And I'm really happy to grab both of these guys. So this guy's part of Wave 3. This guy's a Target exclusive. Shouldn't be too difficult to find, honestly. Usually with Transformers, Target exclusives aren't too bad. Other things, G.I. Joes, you're on your own. But Transformer Target exclusives, usually not that hard to find. The last one we had before him and Thrust, I believe, was Leadfoot. And I see him like every time I go to Target. So it shouldn't be too bad. But yeah, I absolutely love seeing these two guys together. I think they're great. Definitely recommend picking up the set if you can. Yeah, like I said, not really anything to complain about. I love them. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as always, thanks so much for watching.